You know, I just look at that poster. I just think about how next year it's going to be the anniversary of that film. Because that was 86, and we're going to come into 2026 pretty soon. And other than Alien Isolation, there has been. Well, let's take out video games. Because, Alien Trilogy, I don't mind among stuff. Movie wise, but there hasn't been anything worth a flying fuck. And let me get this out of the way. So, for those wondering, I did review the first 3 episodes. They're on the channel. This was a paid request from Frame by Frame. Thank you. For those interested in requesting any type of movie review or re-review or topic or stream or tier list or random thoughts or whatever the case, commentary, reaction, whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. This show is the biggest piece of dog shit I've seen in a while. This was atrocious. This 3 episodes, like the first 3 episodes, this is one of the most dog shit shows I've seen in a while. And I get it. People have different opinions. I get it. You may like it and I don't. And that's fine. We all have our differing opinions. We're all not going to like the same thing. I am still going to be confused to the fucking hell and high water as to how this gets a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. 66% audience, which I think that's too low in my opinion. And then on IMDb, it gets a 7.2. A 7.2. Now, Rotten Tomatoes, it's an accumulation of other people's reviews. It's not like the site itself. It's just, this is what other people thought. So, I disagree with them very, very much. And I don't know, I think why I many times in the past will get mad at stuff, which at the end of the day should not matter, because it doesn't affect my life, is I'm a guy that actually does like quite a few films from back in the day. I will defend a film like this film, which is Alien Underwater, but critics, some audience members at the time, they took a big old dump on movies like this, and many other movies similar to this, or Deep Rising in the 90s, and The Relic, other than Siskel and Ebert, which gave that one 2 thumbs up. I think Roger Ebert actually gave this a thumbs up in his Siskel and Ebert review you can find on YouTube. This film is better than anything I've seen out of Alien Earth by far, in terms of characters, in terms of look, in terms of music, in terms of consistent tone, in terms of everything. I find this miles better. And I just wanted to mention that movie because it's called Alien Underwater, and it's better than the actual alien shit of this nature. Which barely... God. I don't know where to start. I'm 5 minutes into rambling. In case you didn't watch the show, which I don't blame you, and I don't, it ain't worth a fuck. Or rather, the people that wrote this fucking show are so goddamn dumb, they won't know how to make a fucking peanut butter sandwich. They would think it would be mustard, fucking apples, oranges, and fucking toothpaste. A goddamn sagebrush and a fucking toilet paper. And there's your fucking peanut butter sandwich. They don't know how to do shit in terms of characters and writing on this show. If my balls put some fucking injections of brain cells that you write better than this shit and be smarter than all of these characters. The characters suck dick. The only ones, because of the acting, is the guy who plays Morrow, who's one of our antagonists, which we see at the very first episode, and Timothy Oliphant. Some people I know don't like him. To me, it depends. Although, the writing of the character, he'll do stuff and you go, why the fuck is he doing this? Why the fuck is he doing that? And none of it's really explained. He'll watch stuff but not do anything. He'll notice stuff but not tell anybody. And for understand in the last episode, none of that's even explained. So it's fucking pointless. So the setup, again, for those who didn't watch, which I'd rather watch a fucking black hole of any woman's ass. Sexual chocolate. This dweeb of a boy, what the fuck is his name? Dweeb, I'm gonna call him Dweeb, who has this fucking foot fetish. Does every other episode he's gotta use him with his feet, or he'll point, but he'll point with his foot. How about you stick the foot in your mouth, okay? Hope you get some fucking foot fungus on your tongue so you never talk again. Hated this character like most of these characters. They stink as much as a fucking fart in church. He created this idea of, you have these kids that are terminally ill. They put them into these bodies and it moved the consciousness. And of course, deep down you're thinking, okay, did they really move the consciousness, or did the kids die and these are just copies, Xeroxes? I don't know if you really ever get an answer to that question. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. In a better movie, I would. In a better show, I would. This, no, I don't give a fuck. Hell, I wasn't big on the gameplay, but Soma worked that idea a lot better. Again, the story I don't mind in Soma, just the gameplay mechanics I had to butcher up my ass about. But story-wise, Soma, video game, you want to see that kind of idea? Story better in that game. Now, this guy, for some reason, has this fixation on Peter Pan, so he names the place after it, and there's a bunch of these kids who are like 11, 12, put into these adult bodies, and names them after characters. So the lead character is Wendy, and one's called Smee, and one's called Toodles or whatever, and etc. And this ship crashed, and apparently nobody on Earth could notice this shit. Although, you find out that ship was meant to crash. We'll get to that in episode 5. And they were sent out to look at the remains of the ship. Wendy found her brother Joe. They did this fucking thing where they have a fixation on Ice Age, because there's literally a moment where she is looking at a terminal to see her brother, and Sid the Sloth enters like Obi-Wan Kenobi's fucking ghost to go to talk to her, or maybe she did too much crack, or she had a mental fucking breakdown like I'm having right now. And by the end of episode 3, they reunite. She takes like a meat hook or whatever the hell it was, grabs the xenomorph's tongue somehow, moves to over here and cuts his fucking head off like it's nothing. I mean, I have more trouble making a goddamn egg than she had killing this xenomorph. So at this point, Timothy Oliphant and some others are experimenting with the eggs and facehugger and stuff, and she can hear them and she passes out. When this opens, Wendy awakens. They mess with her hearing, so they turn it back up so she could hear fine, and now she can understand the xenomorph. this like little baby one, and starts communicating with it. She starts. She she starts talking to the goddamn thing, and even the dweeb is like, "Could you create the sounds?" So she does like. I was waiting for her to go. Like they had a fucking Ferris Bueller Day Off. But she's like, do some fucking tap taps. Wow, yeah, god damn it. It looks fucking stupid, her trying to do this. Fucking stupid. Her and her fucking brother Joe, who's a fucking beta male. I don't care. He acts like a fucking beta male. He acts like a fucking pussy. He acts like he's got no balls or they're taking away from him at birth or something. He acts like a fucking pussy, this character. Fucking beta male. God damn it, man. Jesus Christ. You should wear a fucking skirt around. I see men with skirts that are more fucking manly than you, or at least their fucking voice has dropped a few octaves. God fucking damn it. And they watch Ice Age. And they watch the shitty one too. They haven't watched the good first one. They haven't watched like the shitty fourth one or what the fuck. So they have no taste either. Because the fourth one sucks. Third one, the first and third one were the best ones. They don't even watch the good ones. They watch the shitty ones. Meanwhile, Morrow, who's like one of the more interesting characters, well, he is really the only interesting character. Timothy Oliphant, his acting is not bad, but they do nothing with him. They just keep him mysterious, and at the end, you still don't know why the fuck he did anything. At least from what I've seen so far. But Morrow, which I don't remember his name because I'm bad with names, he has this connection with one of these kids that have gone into the adult bodies. The special ones, I'll call them that. The Indian one. Not the Native American, not the, hi, how are you? The dye on the forehead one. Tells him to steal one of the eggs. Not scrambled eggs, like the alien eggs. And he's like, oh, I don't want to do it, blah, blah, blah. And then gives this bullshit. I understand having conversations is cheaper on the budget. But so much is just like conversation. And you just don't understand it. No, I don't want to because they're too fucking stupid. Because it brainwashes you to be as stupid as the fucking show. Because all these characters are fucking dumb. They're idiotic. They're moronic. They're as smart as the people in fucking Alien Covenant or Prometheus. Sure, it's not the same writers. I'm not saying every single character did a smart thing in Alien or Aliens, but the percentage were a hell lot fucking higher than this shit. The favorite character is probably fucking Brad Dourif in Alien Resurrection. Doing fucking weird faces to the xenomorph. And then later Morrow says, listen, if you don't, either you give me an aid or you put someone in there and have them get a face hugger on them and give me the body, or I'm going to fuck your mom in the ass, or whatever he's going to do. Meanwhile, they do an experiment with that little eyeball octopus. I swear the eyeball alien did more screen time than the fucking xenomorph in your Alien Earth TV show. That I'm going to put a fucking poster where the goddamn thing's on the fucking poster. And I've seen more of this alien eyeball shit than the xenomorph. Even the xenomorph doesn't want to be in this shit much. And the eyeball that has like octopus legs, squid legs, goes to the sheep's brain, takes over the sheep. In the shit. One of the specials, she thinks she's pregnant because she's a fucking mental case. And all that happened to her before was the eyeball thing or whatever attacked her for a bit. But now she has all these issues and problems. I still don't get why the fuck she has all these issues and problems. We just get these sense of, oh, she had trauma, and that's one of the reasons we picked her. I'm like, why? This billion-dollar operation, and you don't pitch someone who has a bunch of fucking trauma to put in, and you don't think that trauma is going to affect any way, shape, or form? If you don't pit people, I don't think they ran out of terminally ill kids, even in the future. I think you could have one that's not fucked in the head. I'm also, also back to the day, I'm going to get Charlie Manson out of jail and have him work at fucking McDonald's. Or I'm going to get Jeffrey Dahmer and have him work at a Pizza Hut. Oh, that pepperoni tastes different, don't it? Jeffrey Dahmer, are you doing it again? No, sir. Just to the sausage. But so they wipe her memory like a certain amount back. But then they don't fucking tell anybody else about it, which is stupid, because obviously, eventually, everyone is going to know. Because when they bring up the shit that's happened in the first 3 or so episodes, she's going to go, what are you talking about? I don't remember that. Huh? What? How did they get that? Where did that come from? And then they're going to tell her, and then she's going to wonder, why don't I remember this? And how come I don't remember this? And that's going to fuck her up more. And then the other people are going to go, wait a minute. They just went in and wiped your brain? They wiped your memory out? Wow, they could do the same to us. Because all these kids, the higher-ups know these kids all get together and talk to each other and hang out with each other. They're going to figure it out eventually. And does, within a day. Because Wendy is next to her when she wakes up. And then Wendy's like, what are you talking? I mean, the girl, I forget her fucking name. She has red hair, Firecrotch. I'll call her Firecrotch. Because she thought she was pregnant. Firecrotch is like, I don't remember what happened. What are you talking about? And then Wendy knows, oh shit, they did something to her. Gee, who would have thought that would have been a fucking... I mean, wipe her memory, but you're not going to tell any other people who are going to eventually ask her questions, and she's not going to know the answers, and then they don't know something's up. And then they don't know, well, I don't trust you because you can wipe my memory too. But no one thinks about anything. Because it's stupid. So, dweeb with the foot fetish is like, I'll let you keep your brother here if you figure out the alien language. PT promise. Fucking our lead character who's got the Snow White bitch haircut. Pinky promises. I might stick them up your fucking twat. I hate this fucking show. I hate these characters. This Wendy girl seems like a... What's the word I want to use? A Mary Sue. She could just do everything. What's she gonna be, Neo next? Stop bullets or talk to computers or do psychic shit next? They hinted at some stuff a few episodes ago. What else she gonna do? But she could talk to the alien and going, what? You don't make the alien fucking blue from Jurassic World. I already heard that it becomes a fucking pet. Because that's what I needed. Oh, you just never gonna be satisfied for Alien. No, maybe not, because they don't know how to write shit today. Movies, TV shows, you wonder why the box office is such shit. Streaming, many other reasons, but also there ain't a lot of good shit to watch. Especially enough that I want to go out there and watch it. And then the shit that does come out, it's like, people forget how good shit used to be. So then shit has pictures and sound, and oh my god, this must be a fucking 7 out of 10. Fucking Angry Joe probably likes this fucking show. If you like the show, that's fine, teach their own. Except the people like Angry Joe, because he's an idiot. But for other reasons, not because he likes the show. I don't, fuck it. I'm not going to get into that. But if people like the show, I would just really ask why. You're not wrong for having an opinion. I just don't understand it. That's not a slight against people. I don't understand what there's to like when the characters are so fucking dumb, when it's not entertaining. What is entertaining about this? What is... Okay, here's are the questions to ask people who like the show. What is entertaining about it? That's number one. What are the good characters other than maybe Morrow? Is this show ever scary? No. Okay, what are the other emotions? Funny? Well, I mean, it's not really meant to be funny, although there are moments that are funny and not on purpose. It's not smart. It's a lot of dumb writing or goofy bullshit. Sid the Sloth and alien pets and stupid fucking eyeball aliens. Some fucking beta male dweeb boss who loves his feet, especially his own feet. A beta brother who doesn't do shit and could probably barely tie his fucking shoes right. And then the episode ends with the girl Wendy talking to the chest burster. Because that's what I need. I needed characters to try to be fucking Chris Pratt from Jurassic World and talk to raptors. Now we're going to do it with xenomorphs. Next we'll have a Predator film where the Predator has sex with a human and it's this bitch on the side. Well, if it's Predator, I know it's PG-13, but maybe he has sex with the android. Maybe that will resolve PG-13. I don't know. Be actual fucking fleshlight. So episode 4, what really all happened in this? Wendy passed out. She woke up. Firecrotch, who I don't care about, who for some reason thought she was pregnant, for some reason she's a nutcase, wiped her memory. Eyeball alien goes to a sheep's brain. Morrow says, "Give me this or I'm going to kill your mom, fuck your mom, do something to your mom and your family." And then the girl, Wendy, tossed to a chest burster. That's all that happens. What about that sounds good or exciting to people? I'm asking a legitimate question. Episode 5. It's a flashback to what happened in the first episode. Why are we doing this in the 5th episode? Why didn't you just start this off with it? It shows Morrow on the ship waking up and stuff is going on. And the episode 5 is trying to be like the first Alien. Because the ship is very much like the Nostromo, and you have a crew, and there's also a saboteur. Although you eventually kind of had one with Ash later on. Apparently it was a fire, and when Morrow comes in, the captain and someone else they each have a facehugger. And they tried to cut it off for one, but the acid killed the captain, and the facehugger's on the other one. And you find out Morrow is not as evil as what you would think in the first episode. I mean, he's not a good guy either. But the saboteur was someone else, and he wasn't really murdering anybody. Morrow wasn't at it. But this is like if Alien had to learn by hooked on phonics and failed. Even though it was just for kids, this Alien, it tried hooked on phonics and fucking failed on the F-Steel. Fuck. It did. It failed the test. It doesn't know what 2 + 2 equals. It thinks it's 5. For episode 5. These characters are so goddamn awful and stupid. Number one, there's no reason to care about them because you know they're all dead. Except Morrow. Because they told us in the first episode. So you know they're all dead. So there's no reason to invest in anybody because you know by the end what happens. Because we saw the end at the beginning of the first episode. Number two, the lady who's the new captain can't do her job right. The only thing she knows to do is ride cock because she was fucking someone. We literally see hints at a security that she was riding cock. And she's like the worst captain ever. Her emotions rule all. She can't do anything. Which I would give credit to. Usually the woman is never wrong. But she's a really stupid fucking character who's awful at her job. You have the guy who's kind of the assistant to Morrow, that he doesn't take anything seriously. He's the first guy to see Morrow, and he's like, huh, will this happen? This happen? He doesn't take anything seriously. And he seems like someone that'd be on fucking Stranger Things or something. He just seemed like too young for the job, too immature for the job, and didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He seems like a moron. Then the other... why does all the crew members except Morrow seem like a total fucking moron? That I'm surprised they passed kindergarten, let alone be on a science vessel. I guess they truly let anyone in the future. I've seen bars that are more... Hey, back up, you can't come in here. That are more harder to get into than apparently to be on this fucking science vessel. There's this bald Asian guy that I forget if he was an android or not in the first... I don't think he was because he just acts weird just because. And I don't think he's an android because xenomorphs don't really go after androids. He just acts weird for the sake of acting weird. It's never explained why he's like, but the captain is dead. I'm like, why are you talking like you don't know anything? Why are you talking like you had a lobotomy? Never explained. There's this guy who's kind of he's a guy who fixes the stuff, and then he has like an apprentice, and the apprentice is the dumbest person. He doesn't know what the fuck a saboteur is. He's like, what's a saboteur? He doesn't know. He took this job and he didn't know what it was for. Man, I thought it was for rocks. And he didn't know the difference between geology or anything else. And I'm like, well, how the fuck do you even get this? Like, you took this job without even knowing what it was for? And you don't even know what geology is? You know what a saboteur is? What the fuck? Like, is this idiocracy? That everyone is supposed to be dumb and some satire I don't get? That everybody in the future will be dumb? Because that actually may be true. If you keep, just dumbass fucking people wrote this. Like, the people who wrote, no wonder. Like, the dumb people or the dumb people wrote it. So the dumb people wrote it like, hey, I'm just looking at myself. I'm like, yeah, you're fucking dumb. You're stupid. We don't have smart people writing shit anymore. We have dumb fucking people writing shit. What kind of lives have these writers and makers and directors lived to not see common sense? Morrow, we did a little bit of his backstory where he had a daughter, and then we see a note where he took this job that you're out there for 65 years. His daughter died, and then the message said, you'll get her stuff when you come back in like 53 years. This is a side note. Why would you take a job that requires 65 years? I know you're in cryo sleep or stuff, so you won't age as much, but I'm like, again, why would you take a job that would require 65 years? Is the money really that worth it? Or Are you sure you liked your kid? It's more like, I need to stay the fuck away from the kid because by the time I come back, she'll be fucking, I don't know, 75 or something. Well, when the fuck? Well, I guess that if you don't want to raise kids, that's the way to do it. I just don't understand. I mean, it's one thing if you didn't have a family and kids, but like if you have a kid, if it was something like, if I don't do this, she dies, the world, I don't know. It's just a little thing I don't understand. Oh, that apprentice I was telling you about that didn't know what a saboteur was. They having this meeting, and the new captain, the female who's an idiot. Well, okay, everybody's an idiot. Like when the two people have the face huggers, and the one doctor's like, hey, I don't know what to do. I'm like, there's a fucking person with a face hugger. He's like, I don't know what to do. And then the black lady, who's also a doctor, is like, I don't know what to do too. I'm like, where the fuck did you get your PhD? At the bottom of cereal box? Which cereal? Tricks? Or fucking Fruity Pebbles? Oh, but the new captain, the one of the various stupid people, have this meeting, and so we gotta do our duty and this and that, and then the guy literally says, "She said duty." You think you're Beavis and Butthead now? Beavis and Butthead is much funnier, smarter, and more entertaining than you. And just like there's this part where the black lady, has the fucking cylinder with one of these creatures. One's got like a little roach centipede thing, and the other's the eyeball. Just again, the eyeball alien has more screen time than the fucking xenomorph, it seems. So they're each in cylinders, and this one is kind of, and she's trying to look at it, and it's unscrewing the latch, and she's on the top. She's not noticing it, and then the eyeball's like, over here, bitch. She looks over. The thing escapes. A guy comes in and goes, "Oh, wow, that there's a thing there. I guess you left the top open." I don't think I ever leave the top open. I'm like, do you not fucking see how something's going on here? Because what it did in between was go into her cup and fucking semen in her fucking cup, pretty much. Like, literally shot his load in the fucking cup. And its seed is spreading around. That's what it did. The roast fucking spooged. It took a fucking cum dump into her fucking cup of water. Whatever the hell was it. And then when they're in that meeting where the one guy's like, she said duty. He's the one who takes the thing and drinks it like I'm going to drink now. Then later on, he starts coughing blood, and they cut him open, and there's like these ticks or something. And Morrow even says, get him out of there. We don't know what he'll do. But the captain, she's an idiot. She's running on emotions. She's like, do it. So they try to do something, and it releases this gas. And then they gotta hit the button, and they realize that the two idiot doctors, they're dead as well. Morrow finds out that the saboteur is one of the people in cryosleep. This chief engineer who wanted a new body, and then you find out that the dweeb with the foot fetish was worked with this guy and purposely had him crash the ship near him so he could send things over there and get the stuff and come back with it. Now, does that mean he did something to mess with the system so that they didn't notice the ship crashing down? As in, I don't know. I don't fucking care. So Morrow gets in a little firefight with him. His doofus buddy gets killed. So then all that's left is the one guy who, like, the older guy who was fixing stuff. The eyeball gets him and gets into his eye and brain. The xenomorph is now up and ready, and I just realized the xenomorph. Well, okay, only killed one. Just realized, because Morrow stabs the saboteur, kills him. The alien, first, like, the suit of the alien looks shitty. Like, when you see the up close shots, it looks rubbery. Like, they dropped the ball on the suit of the alien. It just looked rubbery, and then they go on this really crappy CGI. But it's right by the woman, the shitty captain, new captain, whatever. It's right here by the woman, and he uses his tail to trip her. So this is where they're at. She somehow gets up, runs, then the alien goes after her, and then there's a shot where she's like 50 feet away from it. I'm like, how is she outrunning the xenomorph? Even Alien 3, the motherfucker was catching up to people when he was running on the fucking wall, and they were much further away. What the fuck? He tripped her and was right in front of her. This is stupid. It's lazy. It's dumb. And I mentioned Angry Joe because I saw something. Oh, this is the best episode. I'm like, why? Because it made you, it reminded you of the first Alien? Really? Is that all it takes? Well, that's why a lot of people liked Alien Romulus, and let me take a step back. I don't mean to act like a jackass and be like, well, my opinion is better than yours. If you like Alien Romulus, that's fine. When I say stuff like this throughout my reviews in the past and my reviews in the future, it's not against truly anybody who likes this stuff. It's against me and my brain. Just when my brain doesn't understand stuff, it gets so aggravated, and I'm like, I just don't get it. I don't get the love of something like Romulus or the stuff like this. When I see, no movie is perfect. Every movie you can look at, a character does a dumb thing or two or three or four, but this is so much. And I don't see the entertainment. I don't see the fun. I don't see the scares. I don't see anything else that could rectify the issues on script and plot and characters. That some of the films I love, they're not perfect either. But the entertainment factor to really help with that, and it doesn't have any entertainment. It doesn't have fun, likable, cool characters. It doesn't have snappy dialogue or fun dialogue or dialogue that makes me chuckle or reminds me of the blue collar mentality or anything. It has none of that. It doesn't even have cool set pieces of action and it doesn't have, or scares. Hell, this episode was like Alien and barely had the fucking alien and didn't do anything but could catch a fucking lady. And then the guy that was possessed by the fucking eyeball was fighting the lady, and then Morrow comes in, is shooting at the guy, escapes, and then the guy with the eyeball alien does parkour shit to jump on the xenomorph's back. The xenomorph kills, slams the body down. Then the eyeball thing grabbed on the xenomorph and tried to get into it. Obviously didn't succeed, but it just looked goofy. The xenomorph trying to fight this little eyeball thing. It looked fucking sad. It looked pathetic. All this does is continue to make the xenomorph pathetic. And dumb and just... non-scary. But that's what they do with every villain. I can laugh and have fun and goof on Freddy's Dead the Final Nightmare. But I can understand why people hate it because Freddy's on a fucking broomstick and got the power glove. I laugh at it, maybe because I don't take the franchise as serious as I do others, although I do like most of those movies quite a bit. Alien and Aliens I take more serious. Just, I mean, Aliens is my favorite film of all time, so that helps. So I just take this much more serious. But like how they demystify a lot of these folks and villains, do the same thing to this. And then it's just the ending of the first episode. He's at the mother control panel, pretty much realizes this is going to crash and everybody, all these humans are going to die anyway. So that's why he doesn't let her in, because there's no room for you. There's only room for one person. That's going to crash. We can't fix it. You're going to die anyway. So it's very cold and very rude, but he shuts it, puts it in just the logical solution. It's the cold solution, but maybe if he at least said, I'm sorry. But, I mean, he's still one of our antagonists. And that episode was shit, and that was supposed to be like Alien. Yeah, again, if Alien... try to think of like a good comparison. I can't. I'm too fucking aggravated by it. But then you got episode 6, where you have a little tiny xenomorph and she's talking to it. And this crappy CGI. And that might have been the one where she got her mind reset. Because episode 4 is when the girl was going in a therapy session, almost choked the older lady there. This is where she had the mind reset. And then all the stuff I said before. I was getting ahead of myself. The dweeb foot fetish guy wants Utani to pay him. And Utani looks like a fucking dumb bitch because she can't do anything else about it. Timothy Oliphant went with him, so I'm sitting there going, who the fuck is watching all the shit at your base? Who's watching the specimens? Who's watching the xenomorphs? Who's watching the eyeball alien? You have this one guy, Arthur, who you're firing because he was against the mind reset thing. These things, what you put into these bodies, they're still 11, 12-year-old minded kids. You barely see any fucking security. Timothy Oliphant at times is looking and he knows something's up, but he doesn't tell his own boss. So it's like, what the fuck is his deal? And apparently, from rumor and innuendo, to steal from a friend of mine, that nothing ever comes of why the fuck Timothy Oliphant was doing all that. Wendy's brother is continuing to be a fucking beta male. No, this is your body. What is this? Is this supposed to be something about transitioning of the sexes where a man wants to be a female, female wants to be a male? You do that all you want. If you're 20, 25 and you know the consequences. Not if you're fucking 8, 10, 12 and you have a whole life ahead of you to understand your body more. And if you're trying to put that in, fuck off. Because I don't want to hear it. Because honestly, I think when you're old enough to drink, you should be old enough to make those decisions. And then you're on your own. And then I don't care. This doesn't affect me. The reason people get mad about that stuff is I don't know why you should be talking about that to an 8, 10-year-old. It's like, what, you also don't talk to them about masturbation? Well, that's not the same. No, it is, because it's about the sexuality of your body, and I don't think 8, 10, 12, 13-year-olds, you shouldn't be having those conversations. You should wait until they're old enough. But hey, that's just my own weirdness, I guess. And even the cat's fucking tired of that shit. So I don't. No one's watching the specimens. This episode was a whole lot of nothing happening. A whole lot of nothing. Just Wendy trying to talk to this little teeny tiny Xeno. The Indian kid trying to get this thing from Morrow, trying to get the brother Joe, the beta male, in there, but to get him face HUD, but he's like, nah, I got shit to do. Eventually gets Arthur, the guy who gets fired, in there. Oh, but before that, the dumbest thing. No, well, one of the 50 dumbest things in the show. One of the specials, Timothy Oliphant tells him you need to go feed the specimens. Now, again, why you let someone who has the mind of 11, 12-year-old to do this, it was his plan. Well, he wouldn't know that the plan would work out the way he did unless we find out Timothy Oliphant's character is psychic. That's the only way he would know, is if he was psychic. But I forget his name. He pulls the handle. Maybe it was Isaac. Because I know one of them they wanted to be called that because of Isaac Newton. Maybe it was him. Because I don't remember these names. Pulls the handle, breaks it off. Doesn't bother to tell anybody, hey, I need some help here. Again, where's the security? Where's the help? Why is there nobody in the lab watching these deadly organisms just in case? But even Jason Goes to Fucking Hell, the Final Friday, which a lot of people hate, but I love. There was Kane Hodder and the other guy looking like Elvis outside of the coroner's office. Even they have more security than this. And these are deadly alien specimens. Not or coroner looking over a supposed dead body. What the fuck? Where is anybody at? Where are they? So he decides to unlock the door to put the food in. And he's holding the door with his foot, and he's leaning over, and the sheep with the alien eyeball does, because he's on the other cell, steers the guy, and locks himself in the fucking room. And then because there's multiple alien creatures. There's the xenomorph that's barely been in this fucking show. There's the eyeball alien. There's the fly tip whatever things that episode 5 was in the guy drank without knowing. It was in his chest and releases gas. There's that plant Venus flytrap thing that we haven't seen. Whether we see it in the future, I don't care. So this is like the more fly things. And it grabs onto him, spits acid, and burns up his face. Although it's really not that gory. It just looks white. And it looks like someone came on his face. Like he got a Bugatti. He got the German duplex. He just got a fucking cum on his face. That's what it. Whenever you're like acid on your skin, like bloody, like. Then look. It's just white, and you hear sizzling. That's it. It didn't really look bloody. And I'm like, this whole thing is fucking stupid and dumb, and this is what people are praising, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. Because you're not too smart. With all of the dumb things. And just in these 3 episodes, not let alone the first 3 episodes, how can you overlook all of this? I don't get it. And don't get me started on every episode randomly ending on some fucking song that has nothing to do with the goddamn show. It doesn't fit the tone. It's like who Noah, is that the guy who was behind the series creator? Did he have like a fucking playlist? Like he got on his phone and he's like looking at the show and he just got his phone and oh, my playlist. Okay, this one is going to end with this song from Metallica. This one's going to end with Splat Sabbath. So episode 4 ends with a song by Jane's Addiction. Episode 5 ends with Smashing Pumpkins' song Cherub Rock. And episode 6 ends with Godsmack's Keep Away. Because Godsmack, Smashing Pumpkins, Jane's Addiction, and that's what I think of when I think of Alien. Well, you don't end the next 2 on? Fucking Tree with arms wide open? How about Korn's Freak on a Leash? How about Limp Bizkit Crack at It, since crackheads made this fucking show? How about that? How about Cher's Turn Back Time? I mean, what the fuck? Try some other random shit. If the next episode or such ends with trees with arms wide open or higher, I'll take back all I said and go, hey, at least I like Creed. I mean, I like Metallica. I don't even mind Godsmack, but it doesn't fit with the show. It's so random. It's just, there's no rhyme or reason why it does that. Why? What the fuck does that have to do with Alien? What? That's like ending a fucking Predator movie, or they did a Predator show ended with fucking Ricky Martin living to Vida fucking Loca at the end of it. Just like, what? Why? What? Huh? But I mean, what I know about the next 2 episodes is that eventually she has a pet xenomorph, like it's Blue from the raptor from Jurassic World. Because that's what people wanted, apparently. Well, you gotta do stuff different. Okay, first off, if that's your choice, then you have to love Jason Goes to Hell. You can't complain about it, but otherwise you're a hypocrite. You gotta love Halloween 3, and if you complain, you're a hypocrite. And you gotta love all, Freddy's Dead the Final Nightmare, you have to love that because that's different, or you're a hypocrite. You don't, it's not about doing stuff differently and automatically that makes things good. There's all sorts of things, and of course it's subjective. That's why it's opinion. I had one guy get pissed at me, this is random, because I liked Jason Goes to Hell. And it's like, well, you know what? If Rambo ended with someone taking over his body, I guess you'd have to like that. I mean, number one, they're two different. Every movie you judge on its own. I like movies that follow formulas. I like Friday the 13th Part 2, 3, 4, somewhat 5. They follow, well, actually, 5 doesn't follow a formula because it's a, there's a twist. But Friday the 13th, 2, 3, and 4 follow a certain formula. I like those. So I can appreciate a film following a formula. I can appreciate a film doing stuff different, like Jason Goes to Hell and Halloween 3. You judge each one individually. Halloween Ends, I hate it. Not because it's different, but I judge it individually. Is it entertaining? Is it fun? Is it scary? How are the characters? Do I like any characters? Do I like any of the actors? Do I like any of the set pieces? All specific things that I try to partake in the conversation within this fucking head of mine to try to erupt out of my fucking mouth to hopefully at least one or two people. It's not about being different. Is it worth the shit? Whether you're the same or different. If that's the case, I should have loved episode 5. Just, wow, that's like Alien. I'm like, yeah, a shitty version of Alien. Deep discount Alien. Special Alien. Sci-Fi Channel Alien. And that's a SYFY. It's just dog shit. This whole show so far is dog shit. 6. Yeah, 666, Sign of the fucking Devil. But sadly, there's 8 episodes. I did not get requested the other 2. Yet. We'll see if that happens. But fuck this fucking show. It's the worst show of the year. Yeah, I mean, people are like, hey, your end of the year list. I mean, it's a show, not a movie. But this is easily the worst show I've seen in a long time. It is overrated. 7.2 just perplexes me. It does. I just don't get it. I do not understand what there is to like about this show. I didn't know it'd be that fucking much dumber. But I was wrong. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. I didn't mean this to be almost an hour long, but I had a lot to say. And the cat does too. I don't know why he's mad. He didn't have to watch this crap. Baby. Big baby. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye-bye.